Cafe here in Long Beach, and before we get to Steve Angel, next week we invite everyone to come back here. Next week we are paying tribute to the legends of Long Beach, the men who built this town, who've done so much in their 70, 80 years in this community. And we're going to honor our very own right here. Bob Carroll's going to be here. Harvey Wiesenberg. Michael Kerr, President of the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce. Woody Davis, 40-year, the coach of Long Beach Wrestling and the Chief of the Lifeguards, swimming, Chief of the Lifeguards, and legendary Hall of Fame wrestling coach, Paul Gillespie. So next week, the legends of Long Beach, right here from the Avenue Cafe. Now, it is my pleasure. If you want to hear a great voice, you are in for a treat. Right here during the Christmas season. Let's give it up for Steve Angel. All right, Steve! Steve, what do you got cooking for us right now?
Thank you. I'd just like to sing a little Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire.
Let's go for it, Steve.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep at night. They know that Santa's on his way. He's bringing lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeers really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas.
Right, Steve! Great job, Steve. And now it's my pleasure to bring up the Landmark Association. Christina coming up too? Christina. Alexandra, come up. Doug. Doug, for people in Long Beach that love history, they'll love the Landmark Association. Talk about how the Landmark Association started and what your organization is all about.
Well, Howie, I'd just like to thank you for promoting our organization over the years. You allow us to be on your radio show many times where you promote many of the activities that we're involved with. And for people that love Long Beach, they really have come out for such things as house tours. They've been doing things like archaeological digs where the old Long Beach Hotel used to be, the largest seaside hotel in the world, actually. And just a few weeks ago, we were actually digging down a couple of feet and finding some remnants of that old hotel. Only a couple of weeks ago, we also did a house tour. We visited 4 houses on the island of Long Beach, and people were generous enough to open up their homes and allow people to come through for the day, looking at the historic homes of Long Beach, which date back now about 100 years. We're about to, this year, commemorate the 90th anniversary of the city of Long Beach, which was in 1922. And we'll play our part by putting up historic markers around the city of Long Beach. One in front of the railroad station, which will be, actually it'll be 102 years old right now. It's 1909, it was first built. It looks very similar on the outside to what it looked like back then. In addition to that, we have signs going up for the 4 canals, or 3 of the 4 canals, so that people will learn their names. We also have plans to put up a sign near the original West End Firehouse on Alabama and Beach, and signs along the boardwalk commemorating some of our great history here in Long Beach.
Great, that's awesome, and we're going to talk about some of the tours that happened because those are a treat. Alexander, welcome to the show, and talk about your love of history and what your organization does concerning the history and teaching people the great history of Long Beach.
We work very hard. I think everybody knows that. We work very hard to get a historical district, which is on West Penn Street, the red brick street. We got that on the, not the national register, we got it registered by the city of Long Beach, who has a ordinance, a historical ordinance, and it's official. We're working on, of course, Doug Shear, our historian. He mentioned that we're doing digs and we're doing a lot of research work. And we're doing the 90th anniversary. We have a list of the original people who lived in Long Beach in 1922, the names. And we're going to invite those people to come and join us and give us stories of their lives here and what happened back in 1922. If they're not alive, then their family, their children, their grandparents, I'm sure they have a DNA which goes down into the family. We're planning a lot of different programs this year. I think they're going to be very interesting. And then we're also going to be doing a heritage trail tour, which we started to do last year and was very, very successful. And we had over 200 people. And our tours, again, we're just going on and on. We do bus tours out of Long Beach to historic sites. We went up to the Hudson Valley, and we've gone up to out to Long Island, the different beautiful Gulf Coast homes, and we just go on and on. We try to put houses on the National Register. We also give awards for restoration for the best houses for the Valentine's period, and we do a lot of programs about the days of the beginnings of Long Beach. And we keep going to promote the history of this town. And our job is to put buildings on national register and not to do just let people know what's going on here. After all, why can't we have tourists coming to Long Beach just like other communities on Long Island? We're just as important as they are, maybe even more. That's how I feel.
Doug, let's talk about some of the tours that you do, that people get on the tours and you take them all through Long Beach, because that's pretty fascinating. If someone really wants to know the real true history of Long Beach, those tours are sensational. Let's talk about, I know you run about 1 or 2 of them per year.
Well, in addition to the tours, just let me mention, Howie, we do talks at the library throughout the year. We took the history of Long Beach, and we have exhibitions of posters or postcards that we've blown up so people can see, even when we're not there, they can see some of the pictures of early Long Beach. But the tours are really kind of special because the tours allow people to go into homes that people have opened up very generously to us, and they've shown us what they've done. And oftentimes they've restored things like stained glass windows or floors to their original state. And in other cases, they've modernized homes, but the original shell is still there. And so it's really a treat to go into homes throughout the city of Long Beach, and there are quite a few. It's not just along West Penn Street, which has its fair share, but there are other homes along the bay and even the middle of town that are close to 100 years old now, and they're well worth looking at. And for people that really want to see what a home that you might pass many, many times during the course of the year looks like from the inside, this is an opportunity.
That's great. Let's bring up Jody from the Long Beach Breast Cancer Coalition. Guys, thank you very much. Let's give it up for the Long Beach Landmark. That was great. So many organizations do so much, and in October we focused on breast cancer awareness, and Jody came in, but you know, this really, October is the month that everybody focuses on it, but every month is important. And Jody, talk about what you do and your organization does for breast cancer awareness.
Thank you, Howie, and really is a pleasure to be here and to be able to share this with everybody. Our organization is small, but it has a very big heart. What we do is, all through the year, we do a thing called the Lend a Helping Hand program. That is where we help people undergoing breast cancer with anything they may need. Paying bills, assisting with their needs from A to Z. You know, we just recently have somebody who needed bras very badly, and she was out of work and couldn't afford to buy any new ones. And they were in bad shape, and we were able to afford to help her with that. Another lady who had recently got in touch with us has 3 small children, and her husband is out of work because he's disabled, and they're needing assistance. So we service all of Nassau County. We don't just do it around this area, we do all of Nassau County from the North Shore to the South Shore, and east and west.
That's awesome.
So we want to, again, thank you everybody for always helping us. Recently we just an infusion of money from a place called Top Cuts Hair Salon in Bethpage, and they raised a lot of money for us and for Babylon and West Islip breast cancer. So we are very happy with that, and we're going to be able to now continue our mission here on Long Island. Thank you.
Okay. Let's give it up for Jody. And after the break, a good lead-in, we're going to have the Long Beach Medical Center Breast Health Alliance and digital mammography, and they're going to talk about their digital mammography machine campaign. Several members from the Long Beach Medical Center Breast Health Alliance are here. But before we get that, there's a big event coming up in Long Beach. It's so important, so vital that everyone get involved with this. And our weekly reporter who does the events, let's give it up for Mayor Minch. She's going to talk about a big event coming up here in Long Beach. And all these important events talked about tonight, but Mayor has a big one coming up in January. And let's give it up for Mayor Minch.
Hey, what's up, Long Beach? Yeah, there's going to be a very big event due to cancer, and actually, no, the blood drive. We're going to be, wow, I'm stuttering today. We're hosting a blood drive for the city of Long Beach. Come, bring your ID. Ages 16 to 75. 16-year-olds must have parental permission. Age 76 and over, need doctor note. Eat well, low fat, and drink fluids, because you know you're going to need it. And if you want more information, please call the eligibility hotline at 1-800-688-0900 on double M. Now back to double H.
And the date of the blood drive and the location, Mayor.
Does it state the location?
All right. There'll be more information on it. It's going to be January 9th. And as the event gets, but the phone number is?
The number is 1-800-688-0900.
Okay, that's the Long Beach Blood Drive. It's coming up in January 9th. All right, we're going to take a break. And after the break, we're going to speak to several members of the Long Beach Medical Center Breast Health Alliance. They're coming up after the break, plus another special guest on another big charitable event, which is ongoing all through March. But right now, we're going to take our final break of the evening. I'm Halftime Howie. This is Broadcasting on the Beach with Halftime Howie, coming to you live from the Avenue Cafe. This is Christmas with the Clubs, the best clubs. We're all located right here in the best city in Long Island, Long Beach. On Long Island's first and oldest radio station, 1240 AM, WGBB.